when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talking News for the day. Giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it and some ain't. Y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. We about to 7,000. Go ahead and hit that button. Appreciate all the folk that subscribe to the channel already. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here and drop down in them comments as well. Shout out to all my dog lovers from one side of the world to the other side of the world. All my bulldoggers all across the United States and all the states. From top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, from the left to the right. Let's get into that dog news for the day. For those who it may concern, you know what I'm saying, I do have the video dropping later. We're going to be talking about Grand Champion Apple and, what's the other dog? Grand Champion Apple and NASCAR. So y'all check that video out a little bit later. But, you know, we got some things to talk about. We got a dog fighting situation in Gaston County, North Carolina. I'm going to let y'all check that video out, and we got a lot of discussion to talk about that. We got more updates on Canine Lifeline Rescue, you know, as well as Rhonda. They got busted with the 30 dead dogs in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? Rhonda Murphy. You know, we got updates on all of them, you know, which is helping hands for fluffy paws, you know, and Canine Lifeline Rescue. So we got updates, and we got a dog fighting situation in Gaston County, North Carolina. So what we're going to do, we're going to check the first video out, and then we're going to discuss it and then take it from there. So check it out.
Aside to a big story you'll see only on WBTV right now. The man who owns all of these dogs, which were just seized from his Gaston County home, says they were not used for dog fighting. The Humane Society says they were. The Humane Society helped Gaston County Police rescue 14 dogs from that house on East 6th Avenue today. WBTV's Caroline Hicks is live. Caroline, you spoke with the owner one-on-one. We've been waiting to hear what you're going to say. He said, what is his explanation?
Well, Molly, the man who lives inside of this house stopped by after work, and he says he's shocked to see his dogs are gone. He claims he's not involved in dog fighting, and he wants to set the record straight.
I don't dog fight. Dogfighting is illegal and is cruelty to animals.
Enrique Durant says he's upset to come home and find his dogs have been seized. According to the Humane Society of the United States, some of these dogs had visible scarring consistent with injuries typically seen in dogfighting. And they also found dogfighting paraphernalia.
So how would you explain the injuries they found on these dogs?
How would I explain the injuries of these dogs? My one female got out of the cage, and then she went cage hopping from one to the other, cage hopping.
He claims he has been compliant with animal control.
They told me to get all my rabies shots and all my tags, and I went and got every rabies shots and every tags, and this is what I come home to now.
Neighbors who did not want to show their faces say they knew there were a lot of dogs living here.
It was excessive every day, a lot of just barking, 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 barking.
According to police, this was the result of a roughly 2-month-long investigation into a report of numerous dogs at the location being used for dogfighting.
I figured maybe they just had a little puppy mill maybe going.
Durant says police have it wrong.
If I'm dogfighting, how the hell I got a pit bull inside a house living with a Yorkie?
Now, police tell me at this time no arrest warrants have been taken out. Meanwhile, according to the Humane Society, these dogs have all been taken to an undisclosed location to get checked out and treated by veterinarians. I'm Caroline Hicks reporting in Gaston County, WBTV, on your side.
Caroline, good to hear from him. Thank you.
Hold up. We about to rewind that back because I really need y'all to listen to something real quick because I don't think y'all listen, man. I don't think y'all heard what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let y'all listen to something, and I'm going to put y'all on some game. My American people, my black people, my white people, my Spanish people, you know, my Asian people, all my American people. I'm going to put y'all on something, you know, but I want y'all to listen real carefully as we rewind this video back.
Aside to a big story you'll see only on WBTV right now. The man who owns all of these dogs, which were just seized from his Gaston County home, says they were not used for dog fighting. The Humane Society says they were. The Humane Society helped Gaston County Police rescue 14 dogs from that house on East 6th Avenue today. WBTV's Caroline Hicks is live. Caroline, you spoke with the owner one-on-one. We've been waiting to hear what you're going to say. He said, what is his explanation?
Well, Molly, the man who lives inside of this house stopped by after work, and he says he's shocked to see his dogs are gone. He claims he's not involved in dog fighting, and he wants to set the record straight.
I don't dog fight. Dogfighting is illegal and is cruelty to animals.
Enrique Durant says he's upset to come home and find his dogs have been seized. According to the Humane Society of the United States, some of these dogs had visible scarring consistent with injuries typically seen in dogfighting. And they also found dogfighting paraphernalia.
So how would you explain the injuries they found on these dogs?
How would I explain the injuries of these dogs? My one female got out of the cage, and then she went cage hopping from one to the other, cage hopping.
He claims he has been compliant with animal control.
They told me to get all my rabies shots and all my tags, and I went and got every rabies shots and every tags, and this is what I come home to now.
Neighbors who did not want to show their faces say they knew there were a lot of dogs living here.
It was excessive every day, a lot of just barking, 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 barking.
According to police, this was the result of a roughly 2-month-long investigation into a report of numerous dogs at the location being used for dogfighting.
I figured maybe they just had a little puppy mill maybe going.
Durant says police have it wrong.
If I'm dogfighting, how the hell I got a pit bull inside a house living with a Yorkie?
Now, police tell me at this time no arrest warrants have been taken out. Meanwhile, according to the Humane Society, these dogs have all been taken to an undisclosed location to get checked out and treated by veterinarians. I'm Caroline Hicks reporting in Gaston County, WBTV.
Now, did you hear it? Did you hear it? Okay. 9 times out of 10, a lot of y'all folks saying, what the hell is PBK talking about? What the hell Hirsch talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Humane Society. Humane Society shows up at the brother with the pit bull's house. Now, where was Humane Society at Barble Wibble house? Barble Wibble house? Where was Humane Society when Canine Lifeline Rescue had 150 dead dogs in Ohio? You know, where was the Humane Society when Helping Hands for Fluffy Paws, you know, had 30 dead dogs in the freezer just a couple weeks ago? No mention of the Humane Society at all. We got 300 some dead dogs, animal abuse, all kind of stuff, right? No mention of the Humane Society. Why is that? Why is that, my brothers and sisters of America? Why we got 300 dead dogs in 2 different rescues and the Humane Society don't show up? But we got a brother over here with a few pit bulls with scratches on them, and he got them all rabied. He got them all vaccinated, all wormed out. He got them all caged up. Yeah, they bark a lot. So you know what you do? You give them a ticket for excess noise. You know, that's the logical thing for people to do. And if you can't correct it then you go the next step to the next step, okay? The brother still ain't, okay. Now this is my main question to the American public, right? How in the hell Humane Society can look at a dog with scratches on him and say he was going to dog fight? You know, he's going to dog fight. Okay. You can't charge nobody for assault and a battery intent to kill if you ain't got who they was going to kill. You can't charge him with stealing something if you ain't got what he was going to steal. You can't charge him for beating so-and-so up if you ain't got the person they beat up. You can't charge nobody with nothing if you don't have the other participant. So how can brothers be charged with dog fighting when you don't got the person they're going to fight the dog against? You can't just dog fight by your damn self. You know, if you get caught up in the ring, if you get caught up in a box, that's a whole different story. You know, like I always say, we don't condone anything illegal, and brothers who get caught doing stuff illegal, it is what it is. You know what you're going at. But to the brothers who ain't doing nothing illegal, you know, can't have your dogs because of BS like this. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we got updates. So to the, you know, we have tree huggers that may be watching, and they may say, oh, this and that. Nah, you see how Humane Society showed up for that brother, and I'm going to show you 2 more videos, and you ain't going to hear nothing about Humane Society being mentioned, period. And we got horrific activities over here, and we got dogs with scratches on them over here. I told y'all brothers one time already, a pit bull is the only breed of dog that got to go his whole life without getting one scratch on him. That brother ain't fighting no dogs. I can't say what he is doing on his own time, but looking at them dogs right there, I can't say they fighting dogs. You know, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? The brother got them in cages. He taking care of them. They not malnutritious. So what? Your 2-month investigation, what did it uncover? Who is the other participant to say, oh, he was dog fighting? Because you can't, like I said before, you can't do, that's something you can't do by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it by yourself. You can't charge him for robbery. Who he robbed? You know, I'm talking about any individual. You charge a man for robbery, and you ain't got nobody who he robbed. How the hell that's gonna work? You charge a man for murder, but yet you ain't got nobody he murdered. I ain't talking about no missing body. I'm talking about you don't even got nobody he murdered. How the hell you gonna charge him for murder? Dog fighting. The only thing you can get charged with dog fighting, man, you ain't even talking to nobody just for having a damn dog. Just for having a damn dog. But I want to see somebody go out there and fight dogs by their damn self. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you claiming he doing it all with his own dogs, that's a different story. But we all know what they mean when they charge brothers with this dog fighting stuff from scratched up dogs. It ain't got nothing to do with your own dogs having accidents. It got something to do, they saying you taking your dogs and going other places fighting them. You know what I'm saying? With no proof of it. Humane Society is the number one pusher. Number one pusher. You don't think I see y'all riding past my house? You know what I'm saying? You don't think I see y'all riding on the cuts, on the curves? You know, for all y'all to think, oh, I'm going to stop talking that real shit. I'm going to back down and get scared. Man, listen here, man. I done told you. I ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you damn sure ain't going to make me feel like I'm doing nothing wrong by speaking the truth. You know? Humane Society only gets money to mess with the folk with the pit bulls. And they supposed to represent every single breed out there. But they only focus on taking people down with false arrests with pit bulls. And I guess they sending them to these rescues, the same rescues that we about to watch the videos for. You know? I mean, somebody, CNN and Fox News, y'all ask Humane Society why they not showing up at Canine Lifeline Rescue with 200 dead dogs at the house. Ask Humane Society why they not showing up at Helping Hands for Fluffy Paws with 30 dead dogs in the freezer. And see what they say. And why they showing up at this black brother house over here that's speaking in a foreign accent, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to hold that against them too. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to hold that against them, you know. But at the end of the day, man, I speak for everybody. You know, it don't matter what color, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody get dead wrong when it comes to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to talk. I'm going to let y'all watch this video. Got more updates. Canine Lifeline Rescue. You know what I'm saying? More updates. So let's get into it.
Have terrific personalities. They just need a chance.
Barbara Weibel in May 2012 when Fox 8 caught up with her and other founding members of a dog rescue organization called Canine Lifeline at an adoption event in Macedonia.
It's great to watch people get excited about meeting their new dog.
This is what I've wanted to do all my life. It's what we're here to do.
Weibel became the center of an investigation that started when she collapsed at a residence in Parma, leading to the discovery of deceased and neglected animals there. Investigators led to her residence in Manaway, where 146 dead dogs were also discovered, many in cages. Residence One neighbor says Weibel may not have visited since October.
It was very windy in the fall, and so branches fell down over the driveway, and I could tell that they had been there and not crushed, so I knew that there was no traffic in or out.
Of the APL in Portage County won't tell us whether they had been to her home ever for an inspection or even alerted as to something at the homes. They're not commenting on anything during the investigation. The neighbor tells Fox 8 that animals were rescued from the home last July.
APL people, they were here last summer.
You're sure about that?
I am 100% sure.
Why so many dogs were being kept in the private home of the charity's president isn't known. A tax document from the rescue in 2019 shows Weibel as their principal officer with revenues of $192,000 and expenses of more than $200,000 for an operating loss of more than $9,000. As far back as 2012, when Fox 8 featured the rescue, they were bringing dogs here from southern Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. The neighbor's border collie, Piper, one of their rescues, but she said she never dreamed of the nightmare at the Manaway home.
So these dogs have terrific personalities. They just need a chance.
Like, I couldn't even fathom that amount of dogs being left behind and abandoned.
In Manaway, Ohio, Dave Nethers, Fox 8 News.
Now, not one time, all them dead dogs, bad as that scene looked, Humane Society showed up. Where the fuck was Humane Society at? I guess they don't go to Ohio. I guess they just stay in South Carolina, North Carolina, places like that, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Florida. I guess they just stay in them areas. Boy, look here. Look here. It's going to get out. It's going to get out. Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get out one way or another. You know, equal justice around the board. And then you got one over here with 30 dead dogs in the freezer. Ain't no heavy news crew. Ain't no humane society. But they pop up when brothers got well dogs with a few scratches on them. Oh, he's got a pit bull for fighting, this and that. Dog got a few scratches on him. I don't know if they're doing it for that or not. I'm just talking about what common sense is. You're worried more about shit that ain't really nothing going on, and not even worried about these people with these dead dogs. Overlook that. Now, you check this next video out. Another update. The lady with the 30 dead dogs in the freezer. And let's see if they're going to ever mention the word humane society in the whole video.
Woman charged with animal cruelty and neglect after 30 dogs were found dead in freezers made her first court appearance. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Chris Jacobs. 86 dogs were rescued from the home in Madison Township from what officials described as the, quote, most horrible conditions they had ever seen. WLWT News 5's Lindsay Stone joins us from Animal Friends Humane Society in Butler County to check on how the dogs are doing on their road to recovery.
It's been 6 days since 86 dogs were rescued from a home in Butler County. And tonight, we're getting a look at how those dogs are doing and how the community is really stepping up to help.
They're starting to light up, just like they're coming out of like a darkness, that they are starting to show that they are actual dogs. I mean, when we first brought them in, they were pretty scared and timid.
Dozens of dogs are making progress nearly a week after they were rescued.
Some of them do have parasites that we're working through that just come from living in filth and eating poor diets. So we're working through that, but for the most part, everybody's pretty healthy. In that sense, there are a lot of them are underweight.
Staff and volunteers at Animal Friends Humane Society are working around the clock to care for the dogs as they struggle to find enough space.
We don't even have enough kennels for all these dogs, so you're cleaning them in pop-up cages.
Still, they're dedicated to caring for these animals.
So this is Kane. He's the one that they're actually doing some of the cruelty charges on because of his injuries to his legs. They've actually went down, but his swelling was massive and he still won't put a whole lot of weight down on him.
Earlier today, Rhonda Murphy made her first court appearance. She's charged with animal cruelty and neglect after nearly 90 dogs were found in horrid conditions. Another 30 found dead in freezers.
Did you get a nice treat? I hope they get to experience happiness outside of a filthy home. I hope they get to go to clean homes, get love for the rest of their lives.
Thank you. The community has already shown an outpouring of support for the pups and the shelter.
Most days you can't even walk through the office because there's so many donations that have just piled up.
The dogs that were rescued are not able to be adopted just yet because of that court order, but the shelter is encouraging you to adopt one of the many other dogs that are available at the shelter. In Butler County, Lindsay Stone, WLWT News 5.
Well, the shelter is accepting monetary donations and gently used items. They also have an Amazon wish list you can donate to. We have a link on our website. That's WLWT.com.
Now, if the last two videos don't deserve Humane Society's presence, I don't know what do. What the fuck is Humane Society's purpose if you ain't gonna show up when you got 30 dead dogs in the freezer? If you ain't gonna show up when you got 150 dead dogs in your yard? What's the purpose of your organization? To bully people? To go around and scam people out of donation money? What's the purpose of your organization? You know, what's the purpose? Because the news clearly say you showed up to the brother in Gaston County, North Carolina, about a few pit bulls, none of them dead, all of them taken care of. A 2-month investigation from who? The Humane Society or the police? You know, who is the investigation from? Humane Society or the police? Okay, and like I said before, who the hell the brother going to fight the dogs against? Man, we tired of motherfuckers just locking people up with pits and talking about you going to fight them against something. You can't lock me up with no damn gun saying I'm going to kill somebody if you ain't got the person I'm going to kill. So how the hell you can do it with dogs? Like I said, ain't nobody where I'm going at to fight the dog at. Because I got a couple, everything, a tool, a dog fighting tool, dog fighting consistent with dog fighting wounds. Man, listen here, man. Listen here, American public. Like I said, the American Pit Bull Terrier only breed of dog that must go his whole entire life, no matter if he lived to 15 years old, without one scratch on him. You know what I'm saying? Without one scratch on him. The American Pit Bull Terrier is the only dog that once you start getting more than one of that breed, they looking at you for dog fighting. I get 10 German Shepherds, it's all good. I get 10 Pit Bulls, I'm fighting dogs. Nah, motherfucker, it don't work that way. But I ain't gonna keep y'all folks here too long. I just want you to see how your American people is abusing your taxpayer dollars, with the so-called humane society that only shows up to brothers with pit bull houses. You know what I'm saying? If you got another kind of breed of dog, you ain't got to worry about humane society showing up. Maybe the police, but not humane society. They only beef with pit bulls. They only spend their money to make commercials for pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? Their personal vendetta is against pit bulls. Maybe the owner got a personal problem against pit bulls. The president of it. I don't know. But all I know is they don't worry about no other breed, no other breed of dog. Because we ain't gonna take it to the color. We just gonna leave it at the breed of dog. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna take it to the color and say they messing with black folk. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say that. We just gonna keep it on the breed, and just leave it at that. Cause at the end of the day, shit, we can go check article after article. You will not hear Humane Society showing up to nobody's situations outside of brothers getting messed up with pit bulls. So I'll say again before I get off this show, what is the purpose of the Humane Society when you're only messing with brothers with pit bulls? Is that the purpose? Because I'm sure a lot of your supporters wouldn't support you if they knew that was the purpose. And that's what the whole purpose of us making these videos for, to let folks know who they support and let folks know who they donating to. These companies are crooked. These companies ain't what they say they is. You know what I'm saying? They say this, they say that, and they make other moves behind your back. But all my animal lovers, y'all have a good day. Y'all stay safe out there. From one side of the world to the other side of the world, PB Canines, and I'm out.